often get asked how to get a job in strategy. I just saw the other day Tom Miskin do some videos and I thought it was really good. So I wanted to give you a plan for transitioning into strategy. I break it down into kind of three key things that you need to be doing. You need to be constantly learning and reading. You need to be connecting with people who are going to help you get your job. And then you also need to be publishing your thoughts. These three work together. About 80% of your jobs is going to come from a personal relationship. That's just the way it is. Job boards don't work in strategy. I think the biggest thing for me is you need to start publishing online. It's going to give people a reason to put your name forward. Every time you ask someone to vouch for you, it's their credibility that's on the line. Now, what publishing content actually does, it gives people who are vouching for you a bit of social proof, saying, hey, here's their thinking already, tell me if you like them. Let me jump into it and tell you what I think you need to read, how you need to connect and network with people, and then what you need to do for publishing. So say you're on day dot, I think the very first thing you need to do is read the JWT planning guide. It's kind of the Bible of planning, and it'll really give you an understanding of the role of a planner. It'll be about like an hour. I'll put a link to the PDF in the comments. So next step is you need to find your community of planners, signing up to the planning Facebook groups, because there's a number of them, and then also the newsletters. It's really, obviously I've got the newsletter Planning Dirty, which I recommend you sign up to, but there's a lot of other ones that I'll put in the show notes that you can sign up to. In terms of Facebook groups, I think Sweatheads is the best for new planners. So if you just type Sweatheads into Facebook, you should be able to find it. It's run by Mark Pollard, who I partner with on a lot of workshops. On top of that, as you're starting to go through, I kind of broke it up into chunks of 2 months at a time. In this first 2 months, what I think you need to do is start building a spreadsheet of your tribe. And when I say your tribe, it's what people do you have some type of connection to who are currently doing planning. This could be people that from your university, so your alumni. Who in your alumni is currently planning? Could be if ethnicity is a big part and you feel like you're part of a tribe. So for me, it's like Australians in America. There's a whole group of people who are Australians over in America. So you need to just start to map this out. So I say get an Excel spreadsheet, start putting all those people's names in there. And what you're going to do is after building this for 2 months, you want to start reaching out to these people. By the end of 2 months, the other book that I want you to buy, it's John Steele's Truth, Lies and Advertising. Now this is, again, what JWT was. This is the refresh of it from the 90s and kind of 2000s. A seminal read that I think you'll really love. You should start to get a feel of what planning's about. Now I want you to outreach to kind of 5 strategists. And Tom has got an amazing video on how you actually outreach to people that he talks about not asking for coffee, but asking for 30 minutes. You want to start publishing. Now this is going to feel really scary because you feel like, I don't know absolutely anything. I'm zero knowledge. So what you want to do is start in really comfortable environments. The Sweatheads Facebook group, people are always asking for help there. I think the best thing for you to do is when someone asks for help, they'll be like, hey, I'm looking for business-to-business examples of brands that have repositioned. Now, you might not know anything, but you could spend 20 minutes on Google and find all these case studies and start helping someone on that community. Now, that will help you have confidence in your voice, you know. There's also decks that I create with the Planning Dirty community. I'm always looking for contributors to help with research on projects. So something like the Brand Actions Library. We're going into 2 months. Now, what I want you to do now is there's a lot of blogs online that you can read. I think Mark Pollard has a great one on how to do account planning, but there's broader number of different planners who I'll kind of connect you to who I think are writing really good. You should be constantly, like weekly, putting out at least 4 emails trying to connect with people. Now comes your first post. So I think what you want to be doing is publishing something around your knowledge. What was your job beforehand? And what could planning learn from them, or the flip, what could that job learn from planning? So after that, I think you're constantly publishing. You should read the long and short of it, which is a paper by the IPA. Then I think you need to be having 3 in-person meetings with strategists, telling them your plan. So maybe you go through this 6-month transformation plan with someone and ask them, how do you think I should get a job? A meeting like that for someone is a lot less intimidating because you're not asking for a job straight away. You're asking for their advice, and you're also going in with a plan which they can kind of respond to. The next one is you should start understanding what the agencies are that you're trying to look for, and maybe they've got a specialties. And so I'd write a piece on like 5 new campaigns in the chocolate market. If you know one of their chocolate brands is really important. Or maybe you want to show that you're specializing in a certain platform and something new that they don't have knowledge on. So you could be like the 5 best campaigns on TikTok right now. So you're starting to put a signal out that will capture their attention a little bit. What you want to be doing is reading Byron Sharp's How Brands Grow. It's a fundamental book on advertising and really changed the way advertising's gone in the last 10 years. Now, from your coffee meetings, so you should be having those coffee calls or meetings in person, what you want to start doing is seeing if you can help on one of their projects. Offer your time up for free or get them to give feedback on your work. So take one of their clients and kind of reverse engineer a brief and then share that with a strategist and ask for their feedback on that. That will be one of the best ways to show off your skill set and also get advice from them. After you've done that, you should constantly be posting. So maybe every book you're reading, you're putting a summary up online and maybe making it specific to your market. By the end of this, if you've done this right, you should have had at least 6 to 12 coffee meetings. You should feel really well read, and you should also have posted on LinkedIn, these blog posts, at least 12 posts. If you've done all that and you're still struggling to get a role, please email me. I'll try to help you and point you in the right direction. This is the hard thing. Either people don't have a roadmap of how they need to go about it, so hopefully I've provided that to you, or a lot of people struggle with the commitment or realize halfway through this journey that it's not for them. Good luck. Let me know how you go.